Okay, no, bear with me. It's really fun to watch conspiracy theory videos and think about how the world's out to conspire and beat down the little man. There's one video in particular that Nico and myself saw recently. You probably saw it yourself too, and it's Ethan, aka h3h3's video about the double standard on YouTube, where he compares Casey Neistat's video getting demonetized and then Jimmy Kimmel's video they got ads on there. So there's a double standard because they're both violating the guidelines. Now, by the end of this video, you're gonna see though, that this conversation and this topic is a lot more nuanced than this kind of outraged black and white censorship, demonetization. That video is incredibly misleading. Ethan himself is actually woefully misinformed with how YouTube's advertising system actually works.
YouTube, if it's your policy to not run ads on videos about tragedies no matter the intent, then how do you explain this?
Jimmy Kimmel on mass shooting in Las Vegas. GMC ad.
So what Ethan is complaining about in this video is actually, in a way, poetically perfect for an illustration of exactly why he is incorrect. YouTube demonetized the video. They have a policy of not monetizing videos about tragedies. I get it. It makes sense. We can talk more about that later. But then everybody pointed over to Jimmy Kimmel. Now he had made a video talking about the Las Vegas shooting, and he was running ads on that video. Outrage, hypocrisy, YouTube is screwing over the creator. Rah, everybody get your pitchforks. Clearly there was a double standard, right? Wrong. YouTube is not running ads on the Jimmy Kimmel video.
That story, the conspiracy story, it's so easy to rally behind that. That's like, oh yeah, big corporation. Yeah, they're stomping on the little man. Yeah, it's such an easy sell. Anyone will believe that if you say that to them. It's unfortunately not based in facts.
Here's what's going on.
It says, we aren't telling you what to create. Each and every creator on YouTube is unique and contributes to the vibrancy of YouTube. However, advertisers also have a choice about where to show their ads. This works both ways. This works in Google's hand right now, which you've seen with them demonetizing videos which they deem unfit for ads. But this is also working in this very same situation with this Jimmy Kimmel video, because there are more than one way to get an ad on your video. The first way is pretty simple, everyone's familiar with it. It's called Google AdSense. Your video gets flagged, it gets tagged, it gets thrown into this giant automated system with other videos and advertisers that get all mixed up, and it spits out ads onto your video based off of a huge algorithm. You've seen that, that's everywhere. And Google's got their hand on that lever, and they're controlling it. And so for Casey's video, they shut it off. Now there's a second way in which advertising works on YouTube, and that is through selling your own advertising inventory. And most people don't actually seem to know about this. Ethan sure doesn't. You can get pre-roll ads on your videos by directly working with companies who want to advertise on your videos. It's happened on our channel a couple times here and there. We have someone who's like, we love your audience, we love gamers and people who watch movies and stuff like this, so we're gonna actually work with your MCN, like Studio 71, and make sure that our ads are featured in front of your videos. Before we get much further, most of these channels we're talking about, like Jimmy Kimmel's, is managed by an MCN, meaning a multi-channel network. Basically, some sort of parent company that is working with these channels to embed them, provide ads for them, brands, partnerships, relationships. Jimmy Kimmel's channel, for example, owned by ABC, which is owned by Disney, who has their own MCN across YouTube and a lot of their other channels. Disney is going out and working to embed and make his channel profitable. That is their goal.
Disney has a large ad inventory that they are selling themselves. They are doing that on ABC. They're running their own commercials. So what you saw on YouTube here is not YouTube pulling ads from Casey Neistat and then putting ads on Jimmy Kimmel and being giant hypocrites. What you're seeing is YouTube's not running ads on either of these videos. YouTube's not running ads on Casey Neistat. YouTube's also not running ads on Jimmy Kimmel. The ads running on Jimmy Kimmel's channel are from ABC and Disney selling those ads directly to their advertisers. So you actually have something interesting here. You can have content creators creating controversial content, and if they want to go out and find advertisers willing to support that controversial content, they can.
Google is not actually supporting Casey's video or Jimmy Kimmel's video. They are actually being 100% neutral when it comes to both of them. The only difference is that Jimmy Kimmel and his show and his team and his network are going out and finding brands that want to sponsor the video, whereas Casey is working independently. He is hoping the automated system will bring the money to him.
And I'm sure you can find examples of like, oh, this one video talked about the Las Vegas shooting, and they have ads running. It's like, yeah, it's an algorithm. It's an AI.
There is a rogue AI across YouTube going like, destroy. And we're like, no, you strangled that. And it's like, sorry. That's basically what's happening on YouTube, and it sucks for everyone. It's tons of our videos are getting hit by it, and it totally sucks. We've actually figured out a couple ways to kind of ease it. For example, you can upload your video maybe like unlisted. It gets sent through the algorithm, and the AI checks it out, and if it gets flagged, you can dispute it and send it off for review before your actual upload date. There are ways to deal with it. It could be an honest mistake because the thing is, but a lot of this outraged journalism is not fueled by fact, but by like this emotion and this passion.
When you have rules that are so general that you can prosecute pretty much anyone you want, when you use that broadness to enforce a certain ideology, that's censorship.
Let's be clear here. Not giving a content creator advertiser money is far different than censorship. You're not entitled to another business's money. They don't owe me anything. I don't owe them anything. Obviously, if their ads are run against our content, that's one thing. But I can't say that they must put their ads on my video, and if they don't, they're censoring me. No, that's not how it works. Funny thing is, like the Casey Neistat video where they didn't run any ads on it, that's costing YouTube money. In fact, any video that YouTube doesn't run ads on, they are actually taking a hit in order to keep controversial content live on their system. Because they're not making any more ad revenue on that bandwidth that they're hosting and the server space that the videos are taking up. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. They're maybe not paying the creators to do so, which makes sense, but that's quite the opposite of censorship. Imagine, if you will, you make a video, find an injustice in the world, and you bring it to light and you get millions of views. Wow, everybody really liked that I exposed it to the world and rallied people around it. I'll do it again. You make another video, find another injustice, and you get 1 million more views. You make a bunch of money. I should do this every week. So every week you're finding a new outrage, a new injustice, and you know what, after a while, it gets hard to do that research. It gets hard to find a new injustice every single time, so you kind of like fudge it a little bit here and there, and you don't worry about doing your research too much here and there, and you go off the cuff here and there. And suddenly you've rallied 1 million people into a frothy mob, angry at this one person for doing this thing wrong. And that's what YouTube's trying to avoid here. By demonetizing those kind of videos, they're trying to not incentivize people to create outrage journalism for the sake of making a buck, which is exactly what happened here with Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, he fell into it himself. I mean, that headline, you know, double standard on YouTube for advertising, it's like, well, there's a lot of people who are getting that little yellow dollar sign, including ourselves. So it's a very easy click. I mean, I saw it and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be juicy. And I watched it, and at first I was like, yeah, that double standard. And then I was like, oh wait, that's not what's going on.
Critically think about the information people give you. Look for the faults. View it from the other point of view, if possible. I mean, even this video, it's healthy to be a little bit skeptical. It's healthy to take some time and critically think about what people are saying.
Okay, yeah, but seriously, thanks to YouTube for sponsoring this video.
The algorithm is very pleased with you.
I'm hoping, thanks for the ad on this video, YouTube. Well, I hope it makes you proud.
Also, Ethan, I love you. So here's another kind of interesting thing to think about, a little thought experiment, if you will. Out of all the viewers that watched that h3h3 video, the ones that got upset, how many of them do you think are running ad block? Is that not the exact same thing?
We all depend on revenue and advertising on our channels to make money. It's our careers and our livelihood. We care a lot about it. The h3h3 video. We've tried to approach this as factually and objectively as possible because it's a very emotional topic for a lot of people. We talked about our objective facts here, but we haven't really gone too much into the morals and what we think the ideals of YouTube should be here. I think that's really what this question is all about. Do I believe that YouTube is treating people unfairly? And I would say yes. Smaller channels got demonetized first before large channels. We saw it happen. And we know that smaller channels are also having a huge pain trying to contest all these flags that are happening on their channels. So are people on smaller channels being treated unfairly? Yes. But when it comes to this other standard, this other double standard here, this isn't a matter of unfairness. Jimmy Kimmel, he gets ads on his videos because he has a large company that is funneling ads and choosing to advertise on his videos. You could say that's corporate favoritism, but I would actually call that freedom. While AdSense might be revoked for a lot of channels, YouTube is still allowing a certain amount of freedom. Freedom for you to talk about a controversial topic and go out and find someone to support you. And that is a type of freedom that I actually fully support. Because if YouTube suddenly came out and said, you know what, any video that we as Google find controversial, we're not going to allow you to profit off of. Now that is an actual manner of totalitarian control, and that is what is unfair. This all can be boiled down into one pretty simple question, which is, if you want to make controversial content, something that someone else deems controversial, but you're able to find a brand, a company, someone who's willing to support that content, should YouTube be able to stop you from doing that? Let us know what you think in the comments. We took our best efforts to make this factual and objective. This topic is so much broader than we could fit into just this video, so we are going to make some follow-ups. Subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about the adpocalypse.
Ethan, on the off chance that you happen to be watching this, I hope that you respect that we're providing a criticism and a counterpoint. It seems like something that you yourself would actually encourage. So, thanks for watching.